It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Chris Rodriguez. He had a great week to build off of last time out, reaching triple digits and adding 2 touchdowns. It's the Commanders and the Lions, and it's all up next.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. They come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here, losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now back to throw. Fights through him. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The numbers for St. Brown a week ago. 3 catches, 53 yards.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes, stretched, dreamed, going against the last team in the league.
There he goes, left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And it is caught. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. muscles by at the 25. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there was also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago. 12 carries, 109 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the sideline and incomplete. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare. And
that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. And oh, it's blocked. And now Washington has it. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry about it. It's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. First quarter, we'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax.
Whoa. Bad move. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You talk about this Lions defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, They got to remember, they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early. And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Going underneath.
And it's a fumble.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
70. Panther 11. Panther 11.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right. And his throw here's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want it.
And that's caught inside the 35.
Big yardage that time for Washington. 44 yards.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. And the run. Non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 32 yards.
And the Commanders have cut it back within a score.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
He's been pretty effective so far, solid numbers yardage-wise, but the fumble last time, that's what he's thinking about. Has to be a little bit more secure.
Yeah, he does. Would you yell at him right here? Would you get on him?
No, I think you pick him up, don't you?
I agree with you totally. You pick him up in this situation because a lot of game left to be played, and he can be special with the ball in his hands. In that situation, he wasn't. You should talk to him about the 4 points of pressure, high and tight to the body, and let him go back to it.
Well, still plenty of time in this game, so he'll have opportunities to secure that ball with those 4 points of pressure.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And St. Brown going to have the Lions 1st down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
Nice little juke. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
He's still on his feet. Inside the 10.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they are the first or second seed come playoff time.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Dunlap has some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
2nd and 5.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's complete to Cruz. His first catch, good for 9 in the first down.
Here we go.
Up the middle they go. Dunlap, 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Ready.
They'll run on first down. Dunlap. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Now a handoff to Rodriguez. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Chris Rodriguez
Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Commanders are back within a score.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
But Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is shoving onto the field as they'll go for 2. And now he's going to go down. A big sack, and they're unable to tie it.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air.
Finds Gibbs on the check down.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job is simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back to throw again. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Here's a 2nd and 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll throw now on the final play. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now he's getting the ball to start the second half. How about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they'll get to him right away at the 40. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. They go play action here on 1st down.
That pass is caught by Hardy.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff up the middle. Dunlap. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, Dunlap. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 4. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Brandon Stevens there on the tackle.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Got a man, it's Rodriguez. Down inside the 10.
And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
They'll run here with Rodriguez. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Chris Rodriguez with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Third time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And the lead is up to 5.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like it's going to score. How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
And now a run with Rodriguez. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 30. 50 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 9.
Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw.
Down inside the 10.
Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. They did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
A short pass here taken in by Laporta.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now left side on the swing pass. Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
target incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
Here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, with about 95% chance of winning.
Yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
19 touch, 60 average, 60 back, 19 Lions. Warriors 17, Buffalo 18. Ready?
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Eluding the pressure right.
That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 39 yards. And the Commanders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it 2nd down. He'll look to throw.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
They'll look to throw again.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
That's complete to Laporta.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
2nd and 6. This to Laporta, right side. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there. This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal.
They'll set up a throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
So now 4th and goal. You're
trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here.
Touchdown! Sam Laporta, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. PAT up and good by Rosas. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Shrugs him off. And he will have a Commanders first down, and that should just about do it. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. But there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Washington,
they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everyone.